Students of standard 10th, you already gone through the video of chemical bonding part 1, in which electrovalent or ionic bond and covalent bond both are explained. Now covalent bond, single covalent, double covalent, triple covalent was explained to you. Now let us continue with that, the other part, that is in case of this covalent bond, again, which is divided into two types. One is non-polar and other one is polar covalent compounds. Now let me repeat the definition of covalent bond. A covalent bond is a bond formed between two non-metallic atoms of non-metallic elements by sharing of electrons to form a stable compound. I repeat, atoms of two non-metallic elements which share electrons mutually among themselves to form a stable compound. They may be atoms of the same element or atoms of different elements. Now, an example is cited over there. Chlorine atom, one atom of chlorine, another atom of chlorine. That is, there are two atoms of the same element, chlorine. They are sharing one pair of electrons. One electron pair is shared among them. So, they form a single covalent bond. If two electron pairs are shared among the combining atoms, double covalent bond. If three electron pairs are shared, triple covalent bond. So now we have types of covalent bonds. They are generally of two types, polar covalent and non-polar covalent bond. What is a polar covalent bond? Now, a polar covalent compounds are said to be polar when a shared pair of electrons are not at equal distance between the two atoms. If they are not at equal distance between the two atoms, then such a compound is called as polar covalent compound. For example, hydrogen chloride, water, etc. Now, in case of polar covalent compounds like HCl, I'll give you an example of HCl. In HCl, a strong nuclear charge of chlorine atom attracts the shared pair towards itself. That is, negative charge shifts towards the chlorine atom. So thereby it will start, there starts a slight negative charge on it. So the hydrogen atom develops a positive charge. So polar covalent compound is formed. As I told you, they are compounds said to be polar when a shared pair of electrons are not at equal distance between the two atoms. That means this results in development of fractional positive and negative charges on them. Now here is an example of water given to you, which is also a polar covalent compound. Now here also the same explanation here. Hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms, they are at different distances and they are sharing electrons. Oxygen is sharing one pair of electron towards one electron with the hydrogen atom and another electron with another hydrogen atom to form H2O. So other example is ammonia, NH3. Ammonia or hydrogen fluoride also can be another example. Now next. Next, non-polar covalent bond. What is it? In this bond, it leads to the formation of, this also leads to the formation of non-polar covalent compounds. These are compounds when shared pair of electrons are equally distributed between the two atoms. So there is no charge separation here. And the atom and molecule is symmetrical and they are electrically neutral. Now here, if the two covalently bonded atoms are identical, the shared electron pair is at equal distance from the combining atoms, then the shared pair is equally attracted by the nuclei of the nuclei of the two types of charges. Such molecules are non-polar. For example, H2. Here it's given, example is given to you, shown their diagram is H2, Cl2, O2. They are perfectly non-polar compounds because they do not ionize in water due to lack of this charge separation. Now, the bond formed between, as I told, I'm repeating once again what is polar and non-polar. The bond formed between the two atoms with same electronegativity is non-polar, with slight difference electronegativity is polar. But if there is much electronegativity, means it becomes ionic. Next. The next type is coordinate covalent compound, which leads to the formation of coordinate covalent bond. So here, the bond formed between two atoms by sharing a pair of electrons. That pair of electrons are provided entirely by one of the combining atom, but shared by both is called coordinate covalent or dative bond. Example is given there. Nitrogen atom is sharing a pair of electron with hydrogen. Here what do you find here? A pair of electron, an electron pair is provided entirely by one of the combining atom, by nitrogen, which is sharing it with an hydrogen ion. So here it forms ammonium, NH4 plus. Now other example is H3O plus. Now there are a few conditions for this. Conditions for the formation of this coordinate bond. One of the two atoms must have at least one lone pair of electrons. So nitrogen here is having a lone pair of electrons. Here in case of ammonia, nitrogen is having a lone pair of electrons. In case of water is having, here also it is having two lone pairs of electrons. At least in case of water, oxygen is having two lone pair of electrons. That means one of the two atoms must have at least one lone pair of electrons. Next, and that lone pair is provided to the other atom during the formation of the coordinate bond. Another condition is one atom should be short of at least a pair of electrons. Another atom should be short of at least a pair of electrons. For example, H plus ion. It is short of one pair of electrons. That is why it is combining with ammonia. So I repeat, a coordinate bond is a bond formed between two atoms by sharing a pair of electrons provided entirely by one of the combining atoms but shared by both is called as coordinate bond or dative bond. Now this coordinate bond has properties of both covalent and ionic. Therefore, we call it as dative or co-ionic bond also. Why we call it as dative bond, I am telling you. Because it has the properties of both covalent and ionic. Therefore, we call it as dative or co-ionic bond also. Coordinate is co-ionic bond. The atom which provides the electron pair during the formation of the coordinate bond is called as the donor. The nitrogen here, it is called as the donor. And the atom or ion sharing the donated electron pair, like H plus is sharing, so we call it as an acceptor. Now, another example is given there, hydronium ion. In case of hydronium ion also, H3O plus, there also you can see, H plus ion is dragged towards addition of released H plus ion to a lone pair of electrons of oxygen atom of a polar water molecule, which leads to the formation of hydronium ion there. So hydronium ion is hydrated proton. Hydronium ion now has a lone pair, two single covalent and one coordinate. It has a lone pair, two single covalent bonds, both sides two single covalent bonds, and one coordinate bond with H plus. Okay, we have completed this chapter now. Thank you.